and welcome to Yarn Talk Monday. If you're coming back and visiting me, thank you so much. And if you're new, my name is Angie, and I'm from the Yarn Room, where everything is yarn, crochet, and fun. Okay, so Yarn Talk Monday. Welcome, 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 everyone. I'm starting just a little bit early. So right now I'm pinning together this eyeball, putting a backing on it. It'll be a little placemat and that I will use during Halloween and, oh, I don't know, normal times. Hello, Amy. You finished your Halloween, Hexy. Yay! And then you're off to Hobby Lobby. That's a good day, Amy. Good morning, Pamela. Welcome to Yarn Talk Monday, where I let you know what I've been up to, what's been going on. And this week in Yarn Talk Monday, I missed last week, I'm so sorry. But this week in Yarn Talk Monday is the end of Blood Month. If you haven't followed me before, if you have been following me, you know what Blood Month is. So, but if you haven't, it's where I crocheted everything having, the theme was, I did other things too, but mostly blood related items. Hold on, let me check on my dog. Cha-Cha, get away from there. Come and sit down, baby. And so then, that's what I've been making. And it's the end because September is Leukemia Awareness Month. And everyone who knows me knows that I have leukemia, a chronic leukemia. So I've had it for 13 years, I believe, since 2012. So I've been living with that and fighting it and winning. So it's the end of Blood Month, and I'm going to show you everything that I've made. I hope I didn't forget anything. The first thing you can see is my blood choker necklace. Now, I wanted it to be a little higher up here. I guess I could have made it a little tighter, but I don't mind it sitting down like this as a little collar of blood. What do you think? Hi, Buddy the Best. Don't forget to leave your link to your channel if you want to share that with everyone so they can follow you. And don't forget to leave me a like. My first goal is 20. Let's get 20 likes. Let's see if we can get there because this is generally a shorter video for you guys. Okay, so let me show you this. So it was a single line, a chain, and then I crocheted another row, and at each row I made a long stem and came back up, and then made a little round droplet and came back up. And I did that all the way to the end. And I don't have very many jewelry findings, but I did use a jump ring. I love jump rings because they're double wound. See how it has two, it wraps around twice and it won't come out. And I did have this keychain holder, and I just sewed it on, and it swivels and it moves, and it's easy to put on and off. I guess to make it a little shorter, I could add a little ring right here. Look, so if I had another ring right here, then I can put it there and it would be much tighter. I think I am going to do that because I do want the option of having it tighter, or you can make it as long as you want. It can sit on you like this. I'm going to start wearing this in October, which is in a couple of days, right? Wednesday, the beginning of October. I already started decorating my house. Let me show you. Okay, so this won't get twisted because your clasp twists. You know what I mean? Let's go see if I can show you what I've been doing in my living room. I had Eddie take some pictures for me of my little decorating. Let's see. There's my living room. my mantle, and my coffee table. That's what I see from couches. By the way, I just got new couches and I'm very, very excited. Okay, now let's go look at, ooh, tripods wanting to fall. Tripods wanting to fall. Let's see, where are we here? And then, of course, I have my little, my boo hanging up. I love that little thing. I found it at a craft show a long time ago, and I hang it up everywhere. I would keep it as my background, but I don't know how to keep me, you see how it gets really glitchy and everything? Okay, so then let's go look at one more thing that I have hanging in my house that I love, and it's been there year-round. Ooh, look at him. He's just a mask I found at a thrift store, and I love him. And he's going to stay there. He's been there since I bought him a couple of months ago or so. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to the beginning of here. Woohoo. Turn it off. We don't need a green screen anymore. We need to go back to reality, people. Yay. Done. Okay. Who has jumped in? As a Pennsylvanian, this is what happens when you deny Jesus, lazy, old, and doing. People who are truly happy don't do this. Repent and seek the Lord. Okay. I believe you, Pennsylvania. We're here to talk about crochet. So, yeah. We all want to talk about crochet here in our crochet, my crochet life, actually. And I like to hear about your crochet life also. Hi, Eric Cortez. Okay, let me show you. So then I showed you this, right? Now I'm going to show you this. Remember the eyeball that I made with the bloodshot little eyes? I didn't make the long little bloodshots going through here. That still may be a choice that I will make, but it is supposed to be a table mat. Do you see how it's kind of wonky? But once I steam it and iron it, I will, it will be fine. It'll lay flat. And do you see the pins? It's because I chose this fabric. This is the only red fabric I had, and I refused to go buy more fabric for projects. I need to use whatever I have here on hand. So, and I pinned it on here. I just cut it just a little bit bigger than the size of the eyeball. And then I just flipped it over and trimmed it. And I love these little clips. They are so handy. They're better than the pins because then they won't poke you and stuff. They do still gather on stuff or whatever. But and also I'm going to sew like around here and maybe around the black. I'm not sure. But it'll have at least two rounds of stitching to help it lay flat, to keep it flat from popping up off the fabric. So that is the second. Ooh, this would have made a nice shirt. The second project. Well, I'm not giving it to you in order because I don't remember. I think maybe the first one's, look at this one's all wonky. But this one's not. This one is my splatter coaster that I've been using. I still need to iron this one, and I might do that with you here. I didn't think that I wanted it to be ironed, but I have my little hot iron here that I use for my crafts. And I can just go around and kind of flatten it out. It flattens out. Don't burn it, but you turn it around the way you want because you will flatten it the way it flattens is how it'll stay mostly. And you can still wash this. I wash all my coasters, all my acrylic items. Go through the washer. Like if I make a acrylic pot holder, it goes through the wash and the dry. We don't got time to be no fancy laundering. I don't got time to do laundering anyways, and plus Eddie does it and I have to be happy with it. Because beggars can't be choosers. If somebody's going to do the laundry, well, I'm not going to complain about it. The only thing I will ever complain about is clean underwear. Where are my underwear? So, there we go. See, so now it's not as, what do you call it? It's not as warped as it was before. So now I have two. I'm gonna move all my scissors out of the way. There are my splatters. So that was another project in Blood Month. Okay, scoot over. I started to make a bag and I had to stop because I wanted it to be tapestry, but look at how it just started to get warped. It wasn't what I thought. I may keep it up. I'm not sure. But I cut and look at the inside. It was so pretty. I love that. And I'm going to continue working on it and seeing if I can hone my skills in this tapestry thing here. But so I stopped that because it wasn't going where I wanted. And so then I started a new one, a new one. And it's this one. And it's blinged out. This is my blood bag. And I made a little hanging, dangling droplet named Claudia. She's a little blood drop, a blood clot. And we named her Claudia with help of my in-person crochet group. But someone on this group asked what the name of this little character was, and I didn't have a name, so that's what gave the spark to, what should I name him? And look how blingy. I used sequins and beads that my friend Isabel gave me to use, and I love it. And I only put sequins on the front side. This is the side that will be the outside, because I have another bag that has sequins on both sides and it ruins my clothes. So this side is sequinceless. And I still should steam this maybe, I'm not sure. But look at the inside. Lovely. But guess what I have? I sewed this today. It's basically a little mini pillowcase. And I am going to add this. This is going to be the liner for my bag. Let me put it in here while I'm with you guys so you can see how I do this. I put the point over here. I go to the other corner and I stab it into there. Okay, so now I'm going to pin it here so it doesn't move. And I'm going to pin it here. So I'm grabbing both the bag and the liner, and I'm going to, let me get in the center here, make sure it's all the way touching the bottom, and put one in the center too. That way when I pull it up to, you're going to see me working on some of these things here. Let's see. Put you a little further back so you can see me. Oh, let me see. What are y'all talking about? Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm edgy grandma. Thank you. Oh, really? Gave me... Thank you. Thank you, Pamela. Thanks, Amy. That's right. Amy, thank you for reminding everybody to be kind. This is a very kind channel. We all respect each other. And we will not be talking ugly to each other. Thank you, Catnaps. This is my Jack and Sally. I have to crochet something in the inside here because I've lost some weight and now my shirt is too big and I need it to be a little bit slimmer. So I want to do something where I have crochet coming down and you can kind of see my body a little bit through it, like a double crochets, you know what I mean? So that would be so cool. I might try that soon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Do hit the like button. Thank you, Miss Amy. I love you too. Okay, so I stuffed it in. So now I have it in there like this. And all I have to do is just kind of pull it up gently. If you are very particular about having your seams, what do you call, cut properly, I'm not. Let me go and iron this just a little bit. This is also what I use my flattening iron is to take the creases out of things, my craft items, and it irons it without having to bring out an iron or an ironing board. But you know what? So I'm gonna hold it like this. I'm gonna stretch it out, and I am gonna cut this fabric. Now make sure that you don't cut your straps. Have them out of the way. The last thing you want to do is cut your straps. Okay, so my bag is sitting here. Let me put you like this. And here is stick your hand in there as many times as you need to feel comfortable that you have your bag in there properly. And then I have some pinking shears, which I love. And just cut it just a little bit. Give yourself an inch, 2 inches, whatever is comfortable for you. I like it wider in case anything happens. I mean, taller. And you got to make sure underneath you're not cutting anything. So always go feeling around there. And this is not, Angie does not have a precise way of doing things. That's okay. Angie doesn't need that. And so I cut this off. I'm going to throw that out. And now it's kind of straight. I wouldn't have done that maybe if y'all weren't looking. Now I will leave it a little loose because you do still want it to be able to expand a little bit and not be so tight. So I just fold it under like this. And when you sew that little pillowcase inner lining, you don't need to turn it right side out because you want the right side to be on the inside because that's going to be your liner. And I love these little clips. And don't worry if things don't line up. You can fudge it. I go all the way to these because I have liners for these too, so it doesn't stretch as much. And I go all the way to the strap because let's see. Okay, so I do want this to kind of be in the center, you know, where the middle is. Let's see. Okay. I'm sure you guys know how to do this. If not, you'll figure it out, people. Now I'm going to go to this side. I'm not going to do the sides yet because that's where I'm going to, if it's too big, then I will put a little pleat in the side. You see what I'm doing? I love these little pins. I love them. I have them in my Amazon shop. I'm not able to get any proceeds of that because I messed it up somehow. I'm believing I'm not doing something correctly, and I'll figure it out eventually. But please, they're in there, and these are good little things you can buy on Amazon, and they help with everything. There is the little, any information, the name brand or whatever. Okay, let's see, here we go. Okay, going to the straps, not all the way to the straps because I have a little surprise for you for the straps. Now I'm going to the center. Wow, perfect. Perfect. Let's put that one in there. Not often I get perfect. Let's see if the other side's going to be perfect too. Wow, Angie, perfect. Wow. Wow, I must have woke up on the right side of the bed today for my Yarn Talk Monday. Okay, so those are in, and I did not pin where the straps are because I sewed strap. Let's see, are they too big maybe? Oh no, maybe they're too big. So I sew them like this because nobody's gonna see the inside. And then I flatten it out like this. And then I will sew it onto my strap like that. And while I'm talking to you guys, I think I'm going to iron them with my little flat iron here. Let's see. Baby Chexetia. I call you just baby because I can't say your other name. Hi, baby. Okay. So, like I said, we take this and I have this. And I sewed it down here, made my little strap as wide as I wanted. And now I'm going to flat iron it. Watch your fingers, people. You got to be ingenious about these things. I almost caught my finger, guys. I almost caught my finger. But that's how I do this. So I figured this Yarn Talk Monday would also be a mini like tutorial on tips and things. If you don't burn your fabric. I mean, if it turns dark, it's going to be okay. See how it turned dark there? Once it cools down, it'll turn back to its regular color. just little tips and tricks that I'm doing to finish off my project so I can close out Blood Month, which is the end of it is when tomorrow is the last day of Blood Month, last day of September, Leukemia Awareness Month. Um, and plus, I love the morbidity that comes with blood. People think that it's so morbid, and I see blood as life. If your blood, something's wrong with your blood, you got problems. You need blood, and in my faith, blood plays a big part of our beliefs. So it plays a part there. I believe it's, blood is life. I don't see it as morbid at all. I think this is what I'm going to tell you guys. I think I've always been what people called morbid because my mother died when I was young. So I was exposed to death so early in my life. I was 9 years old that I came to terms with, if your mother can die, anyone can die. And so I had to face it head on, because as a child, that's the worst thing, one of your parents to die, especially your mother, I think, because they're the ones that are day to day and you lean on for everything in life to grow and to understand life and everything, right? So I didn't have that. So don't worry, God took care of me. Nothing wrong with me. Okay, look at that. Going off track a little bit. Well, there's a lot of things wrong with me, but I'm okay. Anyways, so blood is life to me. It's not like some creepy, morbid thing, but I do like creepy, morbid. Look at that. I used my little iron, flat iron, and when I ironed it with the seam in the center, it came out, and I have this strap that now I can use to fix onto here. And I'm going to show you just a little bit of that. We're not going to talk too much about this and do the whole thing probably. I think. Guys, leave me likes, and if you're new here, welcome, and sub to my channel if you're interested. I talk about my crochet life and other things, and my everyday life. You get to know me. So this is the project bag. See how this is also going to be tucked in here. If I like the way it's positioned, I'm going to tuck it in here. I will cut that strap. I won't leave it that long, but I tuck it in, and then when I sew the liner on here, let me put another clip right there so you can see it. It will be nice and easy. Do you see that? That will be the inside. So then you will just sew over that strap, and it'll be so professional looking. It'll keep this from, you know how stretching and twisting and being kind of yucky? Now it has a lining. And so it'll be a very sturdy bag. And I'm going to do that for that one. Okay. And, oh, Claudia. Hello, Claudia. So cute. Just a little fun thing. Someone was telling me, because this was like, to me, in my faith, the blood of Jesus covering me. So I love this bag. It doesn't mean murder. It can if you wanted to, I suppose. But for me, blood is very sacred. Okay. And I'm, have that Aztec blood in me. And, some of them sacrifices might have been still hanging around in my DNA somewhere. Okay, so let me go and do this one. No. I'm going to do this one later. And the other part of Blood Month was my AI challenge. And so my AI challenge had to do with blood, but it was having to do with my blood cancer, which is CML, chronic myelogenous leukemia. Sally, I'm just showing off all my blood-related items that I made on Blood Month, September, for Leukemia Awareness Month. And I was just showing you how to put a liner in a bag, a tote bag, a blood tote bag that I made. And so now I'm going to show you my AI challenge, which was let's see, should I go find it? Do y'all remember? It was the chromosomes. Y'all can go back and look at it on my playlist of lives where I introduced this. I also made a small video of it, so you go check that out, and it explains what this is. But it was my chromosomes. And this is, let's see, I want to turn it right onto the way it looks for you guys. This is chromosome number 9. And in real life, the chromosomes, they pair them up according to their size and their number. Why it's a number 9 is because when they found all the chromosomes and paired them up according to their size, this was the 9th size. And even though I made my next chromosome 22 the same size, actually this one would be, I think, a little larger. I'm not sure, but they're all different. And so this is 9. This represents, and look like my chromosomes. And on the chromosomes, if I'm not mistaken, there's bands of genes all through here. Well, I didn't make mine striped, but I did crochet the highlight of the gene that affects my leukemia right here. And it's represented by the green. And let's see if I have it right, the way it looks to you guys. Okay. And this is the ABL gene. And so I have the AI image, and I asked it to create these crochet genes, and chromosomes, and it did, and I tried to copy it, except for the only thing I did is I made them where it comes apart, because I have a translocation. This gene on this chromosome 22 is called BCR. So every band, every gene on here has a name. This is the one that affects me, and that comes off too. I liked it. I put Velcro on the ends of them, and that way they can be moved around. So in my Cancer, I have a translocation where these two little friends here, 9 and 22, decided they wanted to go visit. So they translocated, and this gene from 22 hooked up with number 9, and this gene from 9 hooked up with gene number 2. And do you see how they mutated? Now they're not matching pairs anymore. And then, lo and behold, when these two came together, and nothing happened. These are cool friends. Cool friends, didn't do too much, I don't think, to my DNA, unless they have not figured it out lately. And you see how I put the Velcro on there? I love it. Let's see. It needs to stay on there. Come on, hook up, people. They're very chill. But look at that. So when they checked me, I'll tell you in a minute. And now look at this one. These two little friends, they're little, but they're mighty and wild. So this is the BCR gene on chromosome number 22, and this is the ABL gene that came off of chromosome 9. And now when these two come together, oh, they wreak havoc, people. They start producing all kinds of leukemia cells in your blood, in your bone marrow, and that is called the Philadelphia chromosome when these two hook up together. And that's what causes my cancer. So when they suspected I might have had this, they did DNA testing, and they looked for this gene. They're floating around, and they see these two things were not connected to their right partners. They had decided to change homes, and it's called the Philadelphia chromosome. And that's how I ended up with having cancer. It's pretty fascinating, right? But anyways, I like these, and 9 and 22. So now they're back to normal. And so I'm assuming that on this side there would be green also for the ABL gene. So let's see. And let's hook this one back up. You guys behave. Go back home. I need y'all to behave. Okay? So I take medication that does not make them go back to normal. I still have the chromosome. I take medication that affects the genes, plugs up the genes that creates it. So it kind of keeps all my cancer cells down to where it's not creating too much damage and killing me. So they said I will die from something else. How silly. Okay, now the other thing I was working on this month, well, I still have to finish this, This is my little placemat. Oh, this yarn is from the Dollar Tree last season, the gold color, which I did not really like, but now I'm loving it. Look at that. And I put what do you call those? Fringe on it. And I love it. I love it. I'm not gonna iron this or anything because I love just the way it is. It feels great. I'm using the shell stitch and it's beautiful. Now I have a long one that's a runner. Now for this one, I wanted to put pom-poms on the end. I still have not decided what I'm going to do. If I'm gonna do the fringe, because I really did like the fringe here. But pom-poms, I wanted the pom-poms. That's originally what I made it for, because I made this one first. And look what a beautiful scarf that would be. This would make a beautiful scarf, wouldn't it? Look at the edge. It's kind of scallopy. I talked about it on one of my lives, and I think I even put the video on there that I followed for that thing, for this pattern. And it's a pattern of 4, and I think you have to have at least 12. You can go beyond 12 and in 4 increment stitches. So 4 stitches for each shell. So if you want 2 shells, I guess you could do 8 plus 2. So 4 plus 2 is your, do you know what I'm talking about? 4 chains, 4 chains, 4 chains. So if you wanted to do 10 shells, you will do 40 chains. And then when you finish that 40 chains, you add 2 more chains for the first double crochet. And that's how I did that. And it's just a 3 double crochets in one spot. You skip a chain and a single crochet. You skip a chain and you do the same thing right here, and then you go all the way to the end. And the first ones are kind of tricky. You're always trying to get it right. So you end, I think, in a single crochet, but then you go up I can't remember how many stitches, 3 stitches, and then you start with your shell, and they alternate. So the shell ends up over the single crochet ends up over the shell ends up over the single crochet, and that's how you know you're on track. And then you can count each of your little bumps, which is a shell, and if you do 10. And then this other one right here, it looks like you went over, but you didn't. That's what creates the little scallop. And I think I messed up right here, but I'm not sure. And so each time, it looks like you're going over, but you're coming back. Each time you start with a, or you end with a, let's see, you start and you end with the shell of the 3 double crochets in a stitch. Anyways, go look at the video. And then I'm sure I hooked up the video that I followed for that, and she explains it so much better than me. So that was this month. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I've been ignoring y'all. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Pamela, I wanted to machine sew it, but I think I might be sitting down and hand sewing it, because I have red thread, but I think to me it's easier and more precise to do it by hand. But you know, you certainly can sew it by machine. I'm just gonna hold it here while I talk to you guys. Hi, Rosalie. Aww. Hi, thank you for the likes. I need 1 more, guys, to make my goal of 20. Crafting with love. Greetings to me and all. Thank you. Greetings to you, Y2K babe. I saw this and thought, is that a chromosome? And it is. I'm a total science nerd and love this. Also, I work in a lab that does genetic testing. So this is what I do for work. Well, thank you, Y2K babe, because that's very important work. All that work has kept me alive. Hello, Sonia. Welcome. Miss Michelle. Hello, my love. I made something for my son. My question is, can I hand wash it? I'm scared. Help. Okay, what did you make? If you made something out of acrylic, like the Red Heart or any other acrylic yarn, you can wash it. Um, is it clothing? Is it a bag? Is it a stuffed animal? If it's a stuffed animal, you certainly can wash it too. I wouldn't stick it in the dryer. But this will go in the wash if something happens, and it will be delicate because I have sequins on here and beads. But these coasters that I made, they will go through the wash and they will go through the dryer. It's okay. It'll change the texture of it. It'll make it more softer. If you don't want that, then just hand wash it and lay it flat. It all depends on you. This placemat that I made is going to be sewn with a backing, and then it's going to be ironed a little bit to make it basically, when you iron acrylic, you're kind of melting the fibers a little bit into place. You know what I mean? So, and it will go through the washer and dryer too, because it's a household item and I'm not going to mess with fancy dancy work like that. So good question. I love that. I know, right? Crafting with love. It does help me understand it better. It made it go through my mind more. I've had 13 years of trying to understand this. I can't articulate everything. I have a general knowledge. I know what's going on. And I love this and I embrace what I have. I know some people say, oh, don't accept it. Don't accept. No, 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 no. Reality is I have cancer. I want to understand it. Everything in my life is fun. Woohoo, chromosomes. Let's hear it for the chromosomes, 9 and 22. Is that in order? Because I know that the picture's kind of flipped. Yes, you get everything here in the yarn room on Yarn Talk Monday and on every other day. I think I may go live after a while, and not my Yarn Talk Monday, but just an Angie Crazy live. Okay, let's see. Hi, Creative Girly. Hello. Jessica, I am from Texas and from the Houston, Galveston area. Oh, a rose for your customer. That is very nice. You know what else I'm working on that I have? I'm making, I saw a headband. Let me show it to you guys. Sorry about walking away, but I gotta go get my stuff. Okay, so I'm making a headband. I saw it online somewhere, and I have several of them that I started working. And I sit on and I'm making this while I'm not thinking, and it's just too it's brainless for me to make. So this is one of them. Okay, I've been working on what kind of leaves I like to make. So okay, so I'm making this and I'm debating whether I'm going to iron it or not and make it flat, but I think I like it curly like this. And it's a headband, wreath headband. And they had roses and they had skulls. I love it. So I did not have a pattern. So this is for Halloween month, but I made my own little skeleton guy where I'm going to add his eyes. I was thinking about putting buttons. One of my friends said, what about X's? I could just make them round with felt. But I like the buttons. I have tons of buttons. And they would go on here. Oh, look, I have not even put it against this so I could see. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at that. I think I like it between there. So I'm thinking 3 skulls per thing. I have 4 already. And I made this pattern up, and I'm going to share that with you later next month. Now we're getting on to what's going to be happening next month. And so I have all of these little skulls. So a little trick that I like to do is if I'm making, and I know I'm going to make multiple items because I think I'm going to make some multiple of these because why not? Um, I make like all headbands. Get it over with. Do them. You're already on a roll. And then you're going to make all your, I chose skulls. And I'm going to add a little line here for his little mouth. Then you can make them sugar skulls. You can do whatever you want. You can add sequins. Oh my gosh, my brain is working. I'm going to put this back up in here in my bag of tools so I don't forget. And then I'm going to work on the roses. And then I will assemble it. Ooh, sorry. And you can always put felt on the back if you wanted to. You don't have to. So that's what I'm going to be working on for October. And so next week is October. And let me tell you, my AI challenge is almost done for October. I was so excited. And I'm going to get that thing done early on. You better hold me to it, people, because I will get it done in the beginning of the month and then I won't make the video until the very end. But no, I want to wear this thing. Ooh, hint number one, wearable. Wear this thing all month long. It's the only thing I'm going to wear all month long if it comes out right. So we shall see. Thank you, Crafting with Love. My personality, it's the only one I got. It gets me in trouble sometimes, you know. Hi, Magic Frog Crochet. You're in Australia, Creative Girly? Oh my gosh, I want to go there. And New Zealand is the only place I ever want to travel to other than Alaska, but that's part of the United States, so. Thank you for the hearts, people. You're making a small crocheted star bag. I've never made one. My daughter has made one, and it's still on my list, still on my mental list. Am I a grandmother? Yes. I have a bonus grandbaby, and she is 7. I've had her for almost 3 years, I think, and I love her so much. No biological grandchildren yet, but soon, I hope. I tell my kids, better hurry up and have some kids before I can still get up off the floor. Oh, Sonia. Oh, did I miss somebody? Maribel, where is Maribel? Oh, who is Maribel? Is that Magic Frog? It must be. That must be your name, Magic Frog. I hope I remember that. I think I'll remember Magic Frog. Hey, Vibrant Crochet. How are you? Shima, hello. So this was the Yarn Talk Monday about Blood Month. If you're just coming in. Did I even show y'all how I did this? I don't know if I made any videos about it, but it's pretty much a simple bag that I used 2 colors, the white, and I went to the dark red, and then I switched to a brighter red because I wanted 2 layers of blood. You don't have to. You can just do 1 layer of blood. And then at the end, I came back and made a surface stitching and little drops. And then on this end, I have nothing. You can leave it plain like this. Or you can bling it out, people, however you want. I did not put them on the sleeves, on the handles, because I don't want that. And so this is the handle crocheted, and it's all curly and stuff. But once you add a liner, and if you go back and rewatch this, you can see what I did and how I made the little strap liner and attaching it on here. But yes, it's lined. It's going to be lined once I finish sewing it up. And what else? Oh yeah, and the little Claudia, my little blood drop, hanging here as a little friend, and it just dangles on here. It's not permanent. So I just, made a little blood clot with a strap, and you can take it off. You can leave it on. I can hang it on my rear view mirror. So adorable. So adorable. but I'm going to put it back on here so we don't lose her. They like to stay together. They're friends, the bag and Claudia. Claudia. Okay. So that's it, people. And I will be back for sure on Saturday on my live at 9 p.m. So watch out for that. Thank you, Shima. Must make everything sparkle. You're so right, Magic Frog. Thank you. Oh, yes. She does have a pretty name. Thank you, Shima. Which city I'm from, I don't like to talk about that, but I do tell you that I'm from the Houston, Galveston area. So in that big vicinity, and it's a big area. So I'm in there somewhere. Oh, yes, Sonia. So this is the name brand. It's backwards. I'll put the lid on it because I love these things. They are called sewing clips, 100 pieces assorted, and OTYLZTO is the name. I bought them before the tariffs, so maybe I hope they still have them. So anyways, these are awesome. They hold everything and they don't stick you like pins. And I first saw it at Joanne, and there was like a pack of 6 for like, if I remember, it was like $12. And I was like, what? That's too much. I'll have to buy 10 packs. That's $120. I got this for like $6.99, and there's 100 pieces in here. So I'm not sure the difference of how it was, but these do work. So yes, go get some. Oh, I made it over 20. Yay, yay. 20 likes. If I get to 30, I'll be so happy. I'm still so happy right now. Do you find it creepy when they ask you where you're from? I don't find it creepy because I'm pretty nosy also. I love to know everything, and but I know people don't like to say, and I don't like to give my specific thing. And I don't get any kind of receive any kind of packages or anything, because if I did, I'd have to give out my address. So I need to get a P.O. box if I want to be exchanging and sending stuff. Jessica, you're from India and you're a 12-year-old entrepreneur. Yay. I always caution children to not say their age. So maybe be a little careful about that, Jessica, but thank you for telling us. Oh, good, Sonia. I'm glad you took a picture of it. Okay, guys, so that's what's going on with me in this Yarn Talk Monday, what I've been working on, what I'm going on, and I cannot wait to show you my AI challenge for October. I got to get on the ball. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming to join me. I will definitely be here Saturday at 9 a.m. for our weekly crochet meeting, so join me then. And I feel like I want to get on here and do a live. So right after this, why don't you just catch me, okay? Go subscribe to my channel, and I will be here, and I will talk about other things other than just Yarn Talk Monday. So look at me. I'll be right back. Bye, guys.